The Masters is underway. Taking a look as we're filming now, the early leaderboard, there's a guy named Connors, Teddy, in first place. Not Jimmy Connors. It's Corey Connors from Canada. Wise, 2 under. Harding, 2 under. Kazari, 2 under. Tiger Woods, even par. Teddy, it's Masters Thursday, and here we go.
So this is my question for you, okay? I'm not a natural golf guy, but I have to ask. Tiger Woods hasn't been relevant on the golf scene in any way for more than a decade, and yet you look at ESPN this morning, Tiger, look what Tiger's doing. Tiger's the headlines, plus 1,400, one of the favorites to win the Masters. Is Tiger worth anything nowadays? Is Tiger in contention in this tournament? I mean, why all the Tiger talk when we got Rory and DJ to talk about?
No, Teddy, look, this is unrehearsed out here, people. And I've done many shows here on sportsbookreview.com, and I'm the guy that wears the red, and I'm the Tiger hater out here, Teddy. My running joke always goes, if you see Tiger Woods is 14-1, his real odds, you're supposed to add a 0 behind there at 140-1, Teddy.
Did you do anything for the Masters? I personally don't do a lot with golf, so I'm not involved. Did you make any wagers?
No, only wagers I actually have, Teddy, is I'm trying to become a millionaire. So DraftKings, you put in your golf lineup, and I always avoid Tiger Woods because I believe that does give me, Teddy, the best chance to be a millionaire.
Sure. Well, the Masters going now. We'll talk a little bit more about Masters coverage later in the show. Obviously, that's been an issue here on Thursday, something that you don't see for most of the big sporting events here in the USA.
And Teddy, when we usually talk about ratings, and we'll get into the master stuff here, but obviously the interesting thing apart it, Tiger Woods tees off at 11 o'clock. Everybody is focused on his every move. And just like we said, we joke around. You see the leaderboard even early while we're filming it here. Connors is 3 under. I haven't seen this guy hit a shot yet on TV for all the highlights. It's Tiger. It's Tiger. It's Tiger.
I mean, and the incredible, Tiger's last major win came in 2008.
Yes. Correct.
I mean, this guy literally hasn't been all that relevant in the golf scene for a decade, and yet he's still the biggest name in golf, which certainly to the casual fan, by far the biggest name in golf. We haven't seen the Rorys and the Justins and the DJs take over in terms of name recognition, in terms of overall branding, the way that Tiger Woods did when he took the golf world by storm 20 years ago.
Look at you guys out there watching live coverage right now that we're going here on That Betting Show. And Teddy and I just became best friends over a Tiger Woods agreement here. Let's keep it moving. The NBA field is set. Now, we don't have any games to talk about technically yet for Friday's show. We're going to set you up for the weekend. The odds will be out. We'll be able to go over some futures and markets that we're going to take a look at right now. But last night, Teddy, we talked about the Pistons coming into the game versus the New York Knicks. Heavy favorites coming in back-to-back nights. Banged up superstar player. Didn't matter last night. Knicks said, you know what? We'll take that top pick and we'll like it, and we'll head off onto the golf course.
Yeah. The Knicks didn't exactly show for their home finale. Coming off back-to-back wins, we're not about to make it 3 in a row against a Blake Griffin-less Pistons. We don't have point spreads yet. Certainly not. There's one book that posted them this morning, but I'm expecting these lines to jump around. I'm not going to give you guys bad point spreads by the time you see them. They'll have moved all over the place. We do, however, have future book numbers to talk about. And when you look at the Eastern Conference, the Bucks plus 165, the Raptors plus 220, the Sixers plus 260, the Celtics plus $3. There's no legitimate favorite there. The Eastern Conference is absolutely wide open, in sharp contrast to the West, where Golden State minus 335 to come out. Everybody's a big dog to the Warriors in the West.
Hey, Ted, if we take a look at that Western Conference, because, we saw them get into trouble. Maybe if not for a Chris Paul injury, they don't get, back-to-back championships, looking to extend it to a third. If we're looking at a minus 335, value is in the eye of the beholder. You can crunch the numbers. You can say, yes, they're the best team overall. But is this a team that you feel should merit the minus 335? Or is there some avenues out there? The Rockets playing good basketball. Can the Nuggets recover plus 900? There are some big chunks you can take out in the Western Conference.
There are. In my mind, it's unbettable because Golden State deserves to be huge chalk, and I'm not going to lay minus 335 on the Warriors versus the field. It really is, from a future book standpoint, the NBA stinks right now because the Warriors are what they are. There's no value betting on them. And, yeah, okay, there's value betting against them, but do you want to bet against? I got a whole drawer full of tickets that have great value. Oh, yeah, look at this value bet. Knock yourself out on your value bets going against Golden State. They're the chalk for a reason. So very difficult for me to get involved in the future market. The series prices are what I'm looking forward to for the NBA playoffs. I think that's the best way to attack the future book in the postseason, one series at a time.
And obviously, we said there is no NBA action tonight. We'll set you up tomorrow getting ready because the NBA playoffs do kick off on Saturday for a seemingly endless first round, since we like to get every single game on TV at their own time. But it should be a lot of fun, should be a grind. And there's some money to be made in the NBA playoffs, and we'll take a look. But how about on Wednesday? You want to talk about money to be made or money to be lost, Teddy? How about those Philadelphia Phillies riding high? Everybody's love here in Philadelphia. Then they come out and get clowned last night by the Nationals. The Nationals were a plus 145 ticket and made it look easy right off the bat in the first inning, 3-0 quick. It ends up in a 15-1 game. And that Phillies potent lineup, Teddy, only posts 1 run and 3 hits. But I remember you talking quite a bit here over the last month when we were going over the previews, Teddy, in Major League Baseball. Phillies only got 1 run, and it still went way over the total at Citizens Bank Park.
Yeah, and I had an over ticket in my pocket. You know I did, Donnie. The Phillies over has been a consistent source for me so far this season. And last night's result didn't change that. Okay, 1 run, 3 hits, doesn't matter. They gave up 15. It was the highest scoring game of the day. But the game we really got to talk about yesterday was the Angels. There was a 50+ cent line move on the Angels after Mike Trout was officially ruled out. I had an opportunity to talk to a odds maker yesterday. He said, how much is Mike Trout really worth? He said, you can make a case he's worth 15, 16, maybe even 18 cents. The line moved 50 cents. I'll give you, honestly, one piece of advice I can give you that will make you money. Any move of 50 cents or more in MLB, auto-faded. Bet the other way right before tip-off or right before the first pitch. You'll make money. That happened yesterday. If you bet the Angels without Mike Trout, well, guess what? No Trout, no problem. Pena throws well for LA, and the Angels bullpen behind him continues to overachieve.
You know what's amazing about that, Teddy? Because, usually the quarterback Aaron Rodgers goes down, Tom Brady goes down. You see that big line swing, and it usually merits it. It wasn't a pitching change where you're going from like Chris Sale to some AA player who's just going to be thrown up, in the lineup for maybe 2 to 3 innings to see if he can hold his own. A 50-cent line, I mean, at some point the value starts to turn opposite. But for one player, and also, Teddy, we're talking about a team on the road that got steamed up 50 cents.
Sure, and it's not like the Angels. I mean, the Angels had their very rough start. They played much better over the last week. Okay, no Trout. No problem. And I'm not talking about a pitching change, but there's a pitching change. The line, all the early wagers are gone unless you had no listed pitchers, and then it's a new line. I'm talking about fading 40, 50-cent moves, just where the markets are going nuts. Markets are like, no, this is the right side. No, this is definitely the right side. No, this is really, really, really the right side. We'll bet it even 40 cents after it's been moved. Knock yourselves out, guys. I like to fade those moves, and long term, you will see a profit fading. Betting against the biggest line moves in MLB.
Hey, Teddy, last night we talked about it prefacing on the show. You saw a nice little line movement there on Yu Darvish and the Cubs last night. You saw the windy forecast, the wind blowing in. The game does stay under the total. 7.5s were prevalent out there, but a lot of 7s were there. So worst case scenario, you probably pushed. But again, not a good look for Darvish. It's hard for a pitcher to get. I understand. It's bad weather. It is what it is. You're making a lot of money, and the Cubs are struggling out of the gate, and they're waiting for Darvish to come around. And it just seems like he hasn't been able to do that yet.
No, he hasn't. And again, the markets were in love with Darvish yesterday, But weather certainly factored into that. I haven't given up on Darvish. Management hasn't given up on Darvish. The betting market's pretty close to giving up on Yu Darvish right now. 3 losses as chalk already this season.